Greetings, YouTube. I saw this article online yesterday. A grammar school student reported to his principal that while walking to school, a man approached him, spoke to him, and attempted to coerce him to go with him. The police were contacted, and the police did an investigation, which is their job. The next day, the police concluded that the man in fact had never been closer than 20 feet to the student in question, and had never actually spoken to the student. In addition, the student just felt that he was made uncomfortable by this man walking down the street. I'm going to let you guess what color the man in question is. That's right, he was black. We have so terrified our children through horror stories that just walking down the street near a child can get you in trouble with the police. The strangest part of this is the police commended the child, saying that it was good that he reported this incident. There was no incident. A man walked down the street within 20 feet of a child whom he never spoke to. That is not an incident. That is a pedestrian. And either this child lied, or his principal blew things out of proportion, and the child didn't have the wherewithal to tell his principal that you are in fact blowing this out of proportion. In either case, there is no reason to commend the child. He didn't do anything. But his parents have. His school has. Society at large has. They've terrified this child. They've convinced him that adult males, adults in general that he doesn't know, are in danger. And that is phenomenally sad. The reality is that around 200 children a year in America are abducted by strangers. That's a horrifically high number, of course. 200 such lives impacted in such a way, it's a terrible statistic. And approximately half of them never come home. But the vast majority of children who disappear, who vanish, are taken by parents, they run away, or they are thrown away by their families. As far as the classic fear of a pedophile behind every bush, 90% of survivors report that they knew the perpetrator of the crime against them. That they were either a direct family member or an intimate social contact, such as a coach, a teacher, a scoutmaster. But we're terrifying our children. We're convincing them that the world is a horribly dangerous place that's out to get them every second and every moment of the day. And there are dangers in the world. But we're teaching our children very poor risk assessment skills. We're essentially telling them that everything is a situation they need to worry about. We're not teaching them how to make critical choices, how to understand that a person walking down the street near them is or is not a risk. They're in a constant state of alarm. And as any psychologist will tell you, that is not healthy. Being in a constant state of hypervigilance is pretty much a sign that you're being driven insane. What are we doing to our children? Why are we doing it to our children? The statistics don't back it up. Being a child in America today is the safest occupation that there is in the history of our species. If you make it to age 5, you're very likely to make it to age 55 in America. But of course, the other things that we don't worry about take our lives. People who don't wear their seatbelts, or smoke, or drink, or don't exercise, or eat a horrible American diet. But those are all slow things. Those are all things that people don't think about much. I work with people who are terrified of being killed by a terrorist but don't wear their seatbelts. that's a sign that they have poor risk assessment skills. And this poor man, in this news article, was questioned by the police for no reason other than he was black and he walked down the street within 20 feet of a white child.